It's time again for the newest Movie Buzz podcast. First, we'll go under the radar and look at 3 new worthwhile and overlooked films from Adoration, Jim Jarmusch, and John Boorman. We'll tackle viewers' queries about when to expect their favorite movies to come out on DVD. We'll ponder whether going back to the cinematic well for remakes of Yellow Submarine, The Blob, Dirty Dancing, and other upcoming recycled projects is worthwhile or not. And finally, Groovy Earth celebrates the 40th anniversary of the Woodstock Music and Art Fair and finds that even if you may not be able to go home again, you can still watch some far-out DVDs. In the good old days before the turn of the century, certain directors of the independent variety used to have their own loyal followings. If a movie opened with their names above the title, the film was guaranteed at least a few weeks in the theaters. But that's not the case in 2009, where some of the best-known filmmakers of the world see their movies go in and out of theaters quicker than you could say Almodovar. And sometimes, sadly, they don't even get to the theater at all. For this installment of Under the Radar, we're going to take a look at 3 worthy films that registered nary a blip on the box office, all made by named directors who used to have enthusiastic followings. First, we have Adoration, from Canada's Adoration, who gave us such acclaimed films as Exotica and The Sweet Hereafter. Adoration is a hypnotic drama that is both thought-provoking and mystifying at the same time. The film tells what happens when a high school French teacher gives her students an assignment about a terrorist attack. One of the students, played by Devon Bostick, presents the tale on the internet as his own, with his late father as the terrorist who blew up the plane. It's unclear whether the story is true, and while Bostick tries to piece together his past with help from his uncle, a tow truck driver played by Scott Speedman, an alternative story about his parents unfolds. Some of the themes of the director's past films are prevalent here, including how trusted or mistrusted the media should be and how the past sometimes haunts the present. Adoration is a compelling and intelligent film, keeping some startling revelations from its audience until its powerful ending. 25 years ago, writer-director Jim Jarmusch burst onto the scene with the deadbeat road odyssey Stranger Than Paradise. His 2005 film Broken Flowers, another road film with Bill Murray searching for the mother of his son, was one of the filmmaker's most popular works. His follow-up is The Limits of Control, a movie that barely saw the light of day in theaters, despite a cast that includes Murray, John Hurt, Gael Garcia Bernal, and Oscar winner Tilda Swinton. There's barely a plot here. Ivory Coast actor Isaac Debanco plays a lonely guy on a series of dangerous missions throughout Europe. What are the missions? It's never clear. We don't know. However, we do know that Debanco likes 2 cups of espresso and that his secret assignments involve matchboxes. The Limits of Control could be a long haul if you're not into the leisurely pace and shroud of mystery in a film where nobody has any real names. There's the lone man, Creole, waiter, French. But if you are a fan of Jarmusch, at his most off-centered, the Jarmusch of the magnificent moody western Dead Man with Johnny Depp, for example, Limits of Control may just be the one for you. Finally, John Boorman's name has been attached to such fine films as Point Blank, Deliverance, Excalibur, Hope and Glory, and The Emerald Forest. But he's also been behind such cinematic disasters as Exorcist II: The Heretic and Zardoz. In the former, a zombified priest played by Richard Burton says,
Pazuzu, prince of the evil spirits of the air, take me to Kokumo.
And in the latter, a ponytailed Sean Connery plays a character named Zed, who's chased by a disembodied wooden head all around the universe. Despite Boorman's inconsistent track record, you would think the 76-year-old director's name would warrant at least some interest in theaters. But in the case of The Tiger's Tail, his latest, the film didn't even receive cursory screen time in the USA. That's too bad, because for much of its running time, it's a solid mix of Hitchcockian suspense and dark family drama spiked with satiric swipes at these economic hard times. Brendan Gleeson, the lead of Boorman's superb film The General, plays 2 parts. One is a real estate tycoon based in Dublin, with a faltering marriage to Sex and the City's Kim Cattrall, and an ineffectual relationship with his politically minded son. The other part Gleeson plays is a doppelganger, a mirror image of himself he sees when the problems start to set in. Is it just a figment of the tycoon's imagination, or is it real? And is he really taking over his life by running his business, making love to his wife, and wearing his expensive tailored clothes? Or is it all make-believe? I'm not going to answer these questions, but I do urge you to check out The Tiger's Tail on DVD. By the way, Boorman isn't slowing down even at his advanced age. Now in production, an animated version of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. That one's sure to put a new shine on the Emerald City.